Should you buy Tesla stock before battery day? What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And today we're speaking about the big, bold Tesla stock. I'm getting asked so many more questions than usual in regards to Tesla, and it's for one reason and one reason only. It's battery day. People asking, is it too late to buy? People asking for my price targets. People asking if I'm going to sell if we pop up to what I expect that we will. People asking, is it a short-term play or is it a long-term play? Is it too late to buy if you're a short-term investor? Is it too late to buy if you're a long-term investor? I'm going to try answer as many of those questions today as I can. So today, we're going to be going through a few Tesla battery day predictions and also just general hopes. And in order to do so, we're going to remind ourselves of what Tesla's mission statement is. And the big thing being that Tesla needs cheaper, more efficient cars to complete that mission statement. But there's loads of things we're going to be speaking about. We'll speak about robo taxis. We'll speak about potential new battery technologies. We'll speak about energy storage solutions. A whole lot of different juicy information. And of course, we'll speak about price targets and whether or not I personally believe it's too late to buy. So right before we get into the video, guys, can I please ask you to just hit that juicy like button for me. It really helps me in the channel out. The support on the channel the last 2 days has been disgusting. We went up 2,000 subs in 2 days. I mean, that is absolutely insane. I just want to say thank you all so much. I really do appreciate you all. And with that being said, if you're new around here, what are you waiting for, my friend? Hit that juicy red subscribe button and join the family. And drop me a comment down below. I want to know what your price targets are for Tesla in battery day, or maybe the day or two after battery day even. And if there's anything you're hoping that they speak about. With that being said, guys, into the video. So first things first, guys, we'll have a look at the stock chart, okay? On the 5-day chart, Tesla went up 15.8% this week. Very, very good, of course. Now, we'll go back out a little bit further on the monthly chart. We fell from when we briefly hit about $500 all the way down. Okay, we fell down to $330, so we lost about a third of our value. But since then, we're back up about a third of that. We're up 33.9%. So I mean, this crash happened after an insane run. It happened after the stock split. I did buy down here. I bought at $342 a share. I thought it was a good entry point. But now we're at $442, okay? And my price target for battery day has been $500 to $600. Obviously, the lower numbers being what I think is more, likely to happen. And the higher numbers being if there is a lot of hype, a lot of FOMO, and some really, really big news brought out. But in general, I think we're going to see $500 to $550. And then again, if things go really well, I genuinely do think we could push all the way up to $600. I think the odds of it being an underwhelming battery day are extremely low at this stage. I mean, there's already been a lot of hype surrounding this. It's already been pushed back once by Elon Musk. I don't think that would have happened and he wouldn't have been hyping it up if there wasn't some massive things coming. Now, there's a few things in particular I think we can expect to hear about, okay? This being one, Tesla tabless battery patent. Also, our robo taxis. I think that's going to be very important. But this here in particular, improvements to our batteries, that's massive, and that's what battery day is all about. Literally, it's in the name. I mean, on Twitter, we've already seen Elon Musk saying many exciting things will be unveiled on battery day, 22nd of the 9th. Everybody's seeing this at this stage. He started speaking about tunnels a lot, which is getting a lot of people excited. Then we got this tweet as well. Tunnels under cities with self-driving electric cars will feel like warp drive. The first operational tunnel under Vegas is almost done. So all in all, he's hyping it. He's hyping it massively, which is something he has to be very careful about. Even a simple tweet like this could get Elon in trouble. Now, it seems like he got away with it, but still. So straight off the bat, my price target still stands. I think at a minimum we hit $500. Of course, anything can happen. It's Tesla. Trying to predict what Tesla's going to do in the short term is like trying to predict the outcome of a coin flip. Anything can happen. Now, this right here is one thing I really, really, really want to speak about in regards to battery day, okay? So it's Tesla's tabless battery patent, which was published prior to battery day. There is quite a bit of information to take in here, but it could be absolutely massive. So before we read this, I just like to remind everybody of this every now and again. Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So essentially, they want to make sustainable energy, electric vehicles, electric storage, etc. available for everybody. And to do that, the technology needs to be really good, which Tesla has covered, but also it needs to be extremely cost effective. Elon Musk has said in the past that even now it's still too expensive. He wants everything to be cheaper. So that's where something like this can come into play. So there's a new patent, okay? It was originally filed in November last year, but only published this month, and it describes a tabless electrode that does away with the tabs that connect the positive and negative terminals of a jelly roll battery. The goal is to reduce resistance and manufacturing costs. So even if you don't understand a lot of the technology, I don't blame you. But all you really need to be able to understand is it's going to lead to cheaper manufacturing costs, which will ultimately lead to more affordable vehicles, which falls in line with Tesla's mission. Elon has said in the past, we want to leave the exciting news for that day, but there will be a lot of exciting news to tell. And I think it would be one of the most exciting days in Tesla's history, and we're just trying to figure out the right timing for that. Musk has also responded on Twitter. We get a lot of news about Tesla on Twitter, okay, regarding the latest in a string of battery-related patents, and he just said it's way more important than it sounds. So again, that leads us to believe that potentially something bigger than we're even thinking of could be coming. So this does speak about what the tabless battery actually does, but you don't even really need to understand in all honesty. All we really need to understand is that this is yet again better technology for Tesla, better than anybody else will have, and it's going to make things more cost efficient. So this was a leaked image, okay, initially posted in a report by Electric, and it featured a massive battery cell that was supposedly a product of the Roadrunner line. Now the thing about this is, okay, the publication noticed that the image was sent through an anonymous source and confirmed by another independent source, so it's not like it's coming straight from Tesla. It could be false, we'll have to wait and see. So one of the leaked images has the number 054 printed on its side, okay. If this number represents the cell's diameter, it would point to Tesla's Roadrunner cell's adopted form factor, which has 10 times the volume of a 2170 cell. I mean, that's a lot of extra volume. With the larger cells, Tesla could produce battery packs that have an order of magnitude fewer cells than before. This would result in the company only using 1/10 the number of rolls, cans, electrolyte fills, and wells compared to its current operations. Such a strategy opens the doors to massive cost reductions that could help bring down the price of electric cars to a notable degree, which literally is the main focus of Tesla right now, in my opinion, is being open to a broader audience, being more affordable. Elon Musk has said this himself in the past. He said he's not happy with the cost of vehicles right now. So I mean, to us it just looks like a bigger battery, but it has so many more implications, specifically cost implications, which means that you can get a better battery and it could be cheaper. It's a win-win for absolutely everybody involved. Tesla will still make the same money as before. We will just get to buy their cars cheaper. So you may be aware that last May, I believe it was, Tesla acquired Maxwell for about $235 million. And this is a very old article here, but it says how Tesla could improve its million-mile battery with Maxwell's dry battery electrode technology. And that's kind of what we're starting to see come to fruition right now. I mean, this has been in the works for a long time, people. And recently, Hyperchange discovered Tesla job listings indicate the EV automaker has a pilot battery cell manufacturing line at Fremont. Now we're just kind of waiting for battery day, just to confirm what we're all thinking and what we're all hoping. So really simply, why are these Maxwell dry batteries so important? Currently, batteries use what's called a wet slurry technology to coat the electrode foils for a battery. What they do is they mix a super toxic solvent with some binder, with some carbon, and then with the active material. And then they run it through a drying line, and those drying lines are hundreds of feet long and consume huge amounts of energy. So one of the benefits of using dry battery technologies would be that it decreased the degradation of batteries. And that is bringing us one step closer to the ever looked forward to million-mile battery. So this website here, The Driven, very good website for information on Tesla and EV in general. They reached out to a battery expert, Dan Blondell, who is the CEO at Canada's Nano One, a company that produces Li-ion cathode materials. And he explained very simply, high energy density and million-mile batteries will accelerate the adoption of passengers and industrial electric vehicles, hastening our transition to net zero transportation emissions. He lists million-mile batteries as well as in-house manufacturing and the integration of technologies from companies that has acquired, such as Maxwell, who we just spoke about, and Hebar, amongst the revelations that can be expected on Battery Day. He also says, I'm anticipating innovative news on silicon anodes, cobalt reduction in their cathodes, and actions to improve the environmental sustainability of their supply chain. Some of you guys are probably aware of gigametals right now. Okay, recently they shot up in value 256%. Most people found out about them when they were up around here, okay? So from there, they're up 25%. They've proceeded to crash down nearly 44% since. There was essentially rumours of Tesla, working with these guys. Now we can see that the chairman unloads the majority of his position following the Tesla rumour excitement. I mean, I don't blame him. They went up in price so much, but it's not a very good sign, is it? So essentially, these guys are among one of the world's largest ethical sulfide resources of class 1 nickel and cobalt, which is required to power the electric vehicle revolution. It was somewhat speculated that Tesla was going to work with these guys. Now I'm not sure what's happening. It still could well happen, there was an awful lot of hype here, but it is just something that did catch my eye, was this chairman unloading the majority of his position following the run-up. I mean, if they knew something that we didn't, this would be really odd. And there was 3 separate reporting insiders for Gigametals unloaded the majority of their positions in the company following this excitement. So before we even go into anything else, I think that we can expect groundbreaking, massive, and I mean truly massive news in regards to Tesla's technology, potentially things that, we're not even thinking about. I really do think it's going to be absolutely insane. Whether it is to do with the tabless battery, or there's something else, or there's more partnerships being announced, I do think it's going to be absolutely immense. And then there is more to it than just that as well, okay? One more thing that we need to speak about, I suppose, is the Robo taxis. We're all waiting for an update on Robo taxis because That's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely disgusting. So what we do now know is this, okay? Tesla has delayed the release of important autopilot rewrite, now 6 to 10 weeks if all goes well. Obviously, we don't love to see this. We don't really want to see it being pushed back, but it is what it is. I still think a lot of people, myself included, have a lot of confidence that, you know, full level 5 autonomy and robo-taxis will become a reality in a relatively short period of time. With that being said, they were meant to be released by the end of this year. That is without a doubt not happening now. But still, I do expect it to happen next year at some stage. Elon Musk really does get excited sometimes. I mean, you know, I've said it before, he said it himself. Everything he said he's going to do, he's done. Sometimes he just gets the timelines wrong. So he said the FSD improvement will come as a quantum leap because it's a fundamental architectural rewrite, not an incremental tweak. I drive the bleeding edge alpha build in my car personally, almost at 0 interventions between home and work. I mean, it's very close. It's this close, you know. But with something like this, it needs to be perfect, you know. There's no room for error here. Now, electric's take, I really like and I really agree. At this point, we need a major asterisk next to the 1 million robo-taxi vehicles claim, and I think that's very true. Since the update would only reach Tesla's US fleet, it will not be 1 million vehicles with full self-driving package. Furthermore, the update won't make them robo-taxis. At best, it would result in what Elon has been referring to as full self-driving feature complete, but that's not quite an autonomous taxi, which is very fair to say as well. I think that needs to be clear for Tesla owners' expectations with the end of the year coming. And I completely agree. I think we just need an update on robo-taxis, and there's no better time than Battery Day. And if anything positive comes out of Battery Day in regards to full autonomy or robo-taxis in particular, it's going to be absolutely fantastic as well. So here's an interesting thing. Global Shared Mobility Industry Report 2020. Tesla plans to launch a robotaxi network involving 1 million plus robotaxis on the road. Now this is literally 3 days old. There's not much up-to-date information in regards to these robotaxis. So Tanya from GoFund believes that Shared Mobility 1.0 refers to current public transit system, okay? 2.0 means the new formats. Ride-hailing and timeshare rental occurring now. And 3.0 represents the application of autonomous driving in the future. So I think right now we need to focus on 2.0, but 3.0 is obviously the big thing we're waiting for. By 2030, okay? By 2030, that's not that far away. The global robo-taxi fleet market will be worth at least $2 trillion annually. 12% of new cars will be sold to robo-taxi fleets globally. And 26 million robo-taxis will be in operation as estimated by UBS Evidence Lab. I mean, that's insane. And I know 10 years might seem like a long time, but it really isn't for something that is, you know, this life-changing. I've said this in all of the videos where I speak about Tesla. I think that more so than any other company in the world, Tesla is a buy and forget about its stock. Is it too late to buy now before Battery Day? If you're buying in the short term, anything could happen. If you want to swing Battery Day and make anywhere from potentially 10 to 30%, or else potentially lose 10 to 30+%, maybe it is too late. You know, there's not as much reward and there is still a lot of risk. If you want to buy this for the long term and hold it for 5 to 10 plus years, I definitely don't think it's too late, and I don't think it's really ever going to be too late. I mean, of course, you're never going to make as much money as the people who bought 6 months ago. That's never going to happen. That's done and dusted. But does that mean it's not a good opportunity? In my opinion, not whatsoever. As I said, I bought more down here at $342 a share. Where I would buy considerably more would be $300 a share, and where I would really load the boat is if we ever saw the mid 200s. So I mean, are you a long-term investor? If the answer is yes, and you don't have a position, now is probably a fine time to buy. Does that mean that this is the lowest we're ever going to see Tesla price again? Probably not. If you're a short-term investor and you're trying to swing this, I mean, it's very high risk. I mean, very high risk. As I said, it's very hard to predict what Tesla's going to do. I do think we're going to have an amazing Battery Day, and I do think that's going to lead to a lot of people making a whole lot of money, whether they're long-term investors or swing traders. Because the thing is, even as long-term investors, the short-term price movements don't matter too much to us, but the technology does, and the confidence that people will have in Tesla does matter. That's what's going to lead to us, you know, keeping going up in value. So just ask yourself that question. Are you a long-term investor? Do you have the risk tolerance? Or are you a short-term investor? I mean, there's clearly loads of people still buying at these prices. There was loads of people buying here and here. You know, there's people buying here. People are going to buy it when it's up here somewhere that we can't even see yet. Just go back and have a look at our invest price targets. See what has to happen for them to come to fruition. And I think you'll be very confident. I honestly also think we can expect to hear quite a bit about their energy storage. So I mean, you should know this at this stage. Tesla to build the world's largest energy storage facility. Now, I mean, we don't even really need to get into this, but I always like to bring it up to remind people, you know, that these are just far more than a car company. They're far more than the Tesla Model 3. I think we've already gone through that. We see the ingenuity they bring. We see the new battery technology. We see that they're market leaders. We see they're always innovating. But we also see it's not just cars. We're looking at robo-taxis, okay? Literally changing the way the world works. They're in energy storage. They're the best at energy storage. They're helping the UK store energy with battery mega packs. I do also think we'll hear some updates in regards to charging rates or how fast we can charge. That's something that Tesla's always been working on as well, and I do think it's only ever going to get faster because again it falls in line with their mission statement. People need fast charging times to be willing to buy electric electric vehicles. All in all, guys, everything I've said in the past still stands. I personally still have a short-term $500 to $600 price target. I know that's a massive range. I do think it's going to be an absolutely incredible battery day, and I think it's going to be absolutely incredible for investors in general. And I do still just think that Tesla, more so than any other company in the world, is a buy and forget about a company. If you hold these guys for long enough, I think the odds of you not making hundreds and hundreds of percents, even at current prices, is very, very low. But guys, that is it for the Tesla update. So guys, there we have it. I myself am really excited. I think that's going to be the most exciting thing that happens in the market next week, is going to be battery day. I am absolutely buzzing. And of course, if you have watched until the end of the video, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. And again, the support on the channel has been disgustingly insane the last 2 days in particular. I mean, just thank you all so much. It genuinely does mean the world to me. If you have watched until the end and you did enjoy, could I please ask you just tap that like button, drop me a comment and subscribe if you're new around here. All of that helps me out so much. And if you want to, hit the first link in my description, become a patron, and you will get full access to my private Discord server. You will get access to my buy and sell alerts. Every Sunday I send out a message saying what my plan for the week is in advance. We have chats about Tesla and every other company we speak about on this channel. If you're interested, check it out. But anyway guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I will see you for another video later on. Peace.